Another important way of using music and literature is through books that have songs attached to them. And there is a huge amount of literature out there that has a book, and at the very end of the book you'll find a song, and it's got all the words in the book to it, or most of the words set to music. And this is a genre of literature that has kind of exploded in the last probably 2 decades. And there's another type of literature out there that's really caught fire in the last probably decade, where you actually take a song, a simple children's song that a lot of students know, and put it in book form. Just as an example, one that I've seen come out not too many years ago is Down by the Bay. I think most of you probably know that song, Down by the Bay, where the watermelons grow, da 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 da. Somebody took those words, those lyrics, and set it in a book. And the fun thing about that song is it's very creative. Have you ever seen a llama eating its pajamas? Whatever you want to do, you know, it's got to have animal and something that it's doing or wearing or whatever that rhymes with it. So it's helping rhyme patterns, and just fun little things like that allow students to be creative. And somebody's taken that and put it in book form, and I'm not sure that I like that too much because it takes some of the creativity away. But it gives you some pictorial, visual examples of what you could consider in the music. But obviously you can extend that and allow the students to kind of create their own things at the end of that. But one of your assignments for this class is going to be to get a book that is either based on a song or a book that has a song that is written with the text or as lyrics, and you're going to tell us that story and use the music for something. There's a lot of different purposes you can use for this type of a thing, and I'm going to give you an example here, which I'll talk about briefly. But you know, the music could be just to engage the students. It could be to just get them excited about the song, the text of the book. But you can even go deeper than that, and you can find purpose and meaning in the music. There was a book that I was introduced to many years ago called Joseph Had a Little Overcoat by Sims Tabak. I don't know how to say his name. This is a story about a Jewish man, Joseph, who's very poor, and he gets a coat, and we kind of go through the life of this coat as it gets worn out and becomes something else, and that becomes worn out and becomes something else. So there's a lot of interesting ideas presented in this book, and I think this is a book that would engage young readers as well, all the way up. Probably fifth graders would probably be interested in this, as you can teach them about some cultural things. And it's a book about the Jewish community a little bit and some of their customs. But I'm fascinated with this book and the song because Jewish music sounds different than most of the music that we're used to listening to. It has kind of a more somber sound to it. It's modal, and so when the students listen to it, they think, oh, that sounds sad. But it's not. Most of their music is not sad music. The Jews don't write a lot of sad music. It just has a different sound to it because it's a different culture, a different a scale that we're not used to using in our culture. But this book, or this song, is telling the story of this man Joseph. And I'm just going to open you up here, and you can hopefully see this just a little bit. This is a lead sheet, so you just got the melody, and then you got a whole bunch of verses. There's 6 verses to this song. But a lot of this song is la 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 la. It's just set to laws. And I'm going to use that to try and connect to these children's actual real-world experience and help them understand the mood of this music and of this book. And in that way, help them to understand kind of the socioeconomic status of this person and his lifestyle and his moods, because I want them to understand about this man, and that life's really not as bad as it might seem through this story. So I have not read this story to these children, at least not recently, and so this is non-scripted. I'm just going to be teaching them as I would teach a class that I was just introducing this book. So hopefully this works well, and you can kind of understand the purpose in the use of this song to promote this literature, to promote this cultural aspect of this book, and just kind of help them understand moods and lifestyles and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and I'll dive into that presentation here.